Buses arrive almost every day to drop off migrants at Loaves and Fishes, a homeless shelter in Harlingen. All are tested for COVID. Those who test positive are separated from the rest. Today, the shelter only took in 14 migrants, but officials there tell us those numbers are steadily going up. Here's Channel 5's Mónica de Anda.
The journey to the U.S. isn't easy. But add COVID-19 to the mix and things get even more complicated.
En el camino, gente de todos lados, aglomeraciones, es algo que casi es imposible.
To protect this migrant's identity, we aren't showing you her face. She remembers wanting to turn back so many times along her way to the U.S. But her 12-year-old daughter's last words to her before she left her behind were her strength to keep going.
Que tenía que luchar para yo poder venir acá y que siempre tuvimos planes de tener una casa propia. Entonces ella eso me decía, acordate de la casita, acordate de la casita.
But when she arrived at a detention facility in the valley, she tested positive for COVID, landing her in isolation for 14 days.
El encierro, pues tenés COVID, el pensamiento allá con nuestra familia, que no sé qué va a pasar conmigo, si pues me voy a quedar, o tantas cosas en la mente que la mente da vueltas y puff, todo colapsa en un momento.
When she finally tested negative, she was brought over to Loaves and Fishes, a nonprofit that's been taking in migrants all year. But over the last 3 months, they've seen a dramatic increase in drop-offs.
Let's say, for example, in February we had 43. Now we're having 120 in June, and then close to 200 in July. So the numbers have increased exponentially.
Last week, they received their biggest group of migrants, 41 people. None tested positive for COVID. But that's not always the case. Rivera says migrants who do test positive are put in isolation. And now the shelter is preparing for the number of migrants they're getting to increase.
You know, it's almost like they say the calm before the storm. Now, we haven't quite felt the storm yet like other agencies have because of their such large capacity.
Besides testing migrants, Rivera says he's made COVID tests available to his staff 3 times a week in an effort to keep them safe as they help those passing through. Mónica de Anda, Channel 5 News at 6.